My name is Evan Hill with All Seasons Exteriors, here in June 2022 at 1241 South Coffman Street, doing a roof inspection of a flat EPDM commercial material. First, as I got up on the roof, as you can see with these stains, there's a lot of evidence of, what we would call ponding or water pooling. That's what, leaves these, really large stains like this. And you can see there's a lot of sediment. And actually, if we get a little bit closer, you can actually see parts of, the roofing membrane material is starting to completely deteriorate. That's what all this cracking is right here. So why this ponding is a problem is this type of roofing material should last at least 20 years, but when it's not properly installed and there isn't a proper amount of drainage, what happens is you have this water that just kind of stands for weeks, months at a time, and it really rapidly deteriorates that material. And you can see that's an issue in a lot of places around here. So I would say there probably hasn't occurred leaks in the actual units as of yet, because underneath this membrane is usually a layer of what we call dense decking or insulation, and then obviously the wood sheathing underneath that. So there's multiple layers before it actually becomes a problem in the home. But this roof material is so deteriorated that you can see I can just rub it like right off with my hand. And the seams itself are actually okay. In a lot of places they're not too bad. Like I said, this material usually lasts a very long time. But the one major issue that I also found was you've got the material here that wasn't installed correctly, and we've got this completely open space where the siding meets the roof here. There should be flashing here and what's called a termination bar. Because they're not, this wood is completely rotted, and just completely open. So you can see there's a right hole right there to where water could just get in, snow, ice melt, right in behind some of the walls here. And that's the case on every single spot as I go down the roof. None of them are sealed off at all, and there's a lot of wood rot. You can see the stains there on the wood, a lot of moisture actually still in there and sediment on every single portion of this roof. There's a lot of areas also where, again, like I said, because there's standing water, moisture has gotten through some of those deterioration spots, and the roof is actually like bubbling up in certain areas because there's moisture underneath the membrane. And you can hear walking in certain areas my feet crunching, which is a bad sign, because that means that either the insulation or the actual roof sheathing underneath has some rot to it, and it shouldn't make that crunching sound at all. So a lot of places where I've been walking, I'm hearing that, which again is a bad sign. It means there's definitely moisture underneath caused by condensation and leaks. So my professional opinion is that in order to make this roof in good shape, you'd have to do so many different patches, because there's all these different stains from the ponding and all these different areas where flashing should exist. Really, what's best for this roof is to have a full replacement, which we can quote and send you on the same material, which is a good material, just installed correctly with the correct amount of slope to where the water runoff can run over to these two places, where on that side a downspout does exist. On this side, I'm not sure why there wasn't one here. It's just kind of like going off the edge like that, and there's a little bit of a upward slope, so really not doing well at draining right here at all. So we would also install a downspout and a scupper right there to make sure that this actually meets code.